All right. So today is a presentation day. Okay. We are gonna talk about technology. Big topic. Big topic of external environments. Okay. So let's talk about it. Very interesting. So how was your weekend? Was good? Everything's all right? Okay. Michael says yes. All right. Great. So please, before we start, I just want to make sure everything is okay. Your audio, video, everything is okay. Today is a presentation day, so it should, your system should work correctly. But please, if you are ready, please say yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, some announcements. Okay. So capstone simulations. I know some teams are already started. Okay, already started. And so I saw some activities. So your decision is Tuesday, all right? Tuesday, next week, Tuesday. And the what? Schedule with done exam. Okay, exam. I'm not worried about your exam. Okay, most people did a great job. Very competitive, very high points. Okay, I'm not worried about your exam. I'm gonna have a chance to talk about your exam in the following week. Okay, so today we are doing presentation. Let's go straight. Okay, but then presentations. Okay. So our presentation is about technology. Okay, so we are going to talk about 6 topics. Okay, your presentation will be 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes, very brief and casual conversations. Okay, so once again, when you start your presentations, I will denote someone, one of your team members. Okay, as a presenter, then your presenter can control. Okay, the PowerPoint slides. And if you are a presenter, okay, you will find the button, bottom right side. You will find a button to share your screen. Okay, share screen. You will see the share screen button. Okay. All right. So let's try. So we want to start with the team three. Michaela will be the presenter. Where is it, Michaela? Okay. Now, Michaela, you are the presenter. So find, define the share screen button right side. So team three will talk about quantum physics. Quantum physics.
Dr. King, should I go ahead and share it?
Yes, please. All right, it is working. Great. So
Can y'all
as
see
soon
it?
as you're ready, yes, I can see it. I can hear you. So everything's okay. Team three, are you ready? Yes, you can start. As soon as you're ready, you can start. It's your stage. Okay. Team three is talking about quantum physics. Quantum physics. Okay, let's go.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be talking about quantum physics. Essentially, we took the route of quantum physics is helping businesses optimize, improve, and discover. And this is by Adam, Gavin, Hayden, John, Lapita, and Michaela. And so basically, we're going to be talking about the definition. We're going to be talking about quantum computing, the future of quantum computing, quantum leadership, quantum entrepreneurship, and quantum artificial intelligence. So, the definition of quantum physics is that it is the study of matter and energy at the most fundamental level. So, basically, we found a Forbes article and it talked a little bit about how particles, like people, can exist in two states at once. They can be both particles and waves. It's like how if you're alone in an elevator, you kind of move around, you might talk to yourself, you might be on your phone. While if you're with other people in an elevator, you probably just stand still, don't speak, maybe not even get on your phone. You're the same person, you're in the same environment, but you're acting in a different way. So basically, particles are this way. They also change they in the way they express themselves, even if they're in the same environment. And so basically, the study of this is quantum physics.
Great.
So now we're going to be talking a little bit about quantum computing. If you give us just 1 minute.
Can y'all hear it? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So quantum computing, the main benefit of quantum computing is it just allows you to solve problems exponentially faster than classical computers can. And it was first created in 1994 when Peter Shor introduced a quantum computing algorithm that could reduce the time it takes to find the prime factors of large numbers. Quantum computing enables businesses to better optimize investment strategies, improve encryption, and discover new products. And when quantum computing really reaches its breakthrough, it'll bring two huge simultaneous and sudden changes to the modern business world. The first is it will end our current infrastructure for ensuring digital privacy and security over public networks. And this will leave companies that have not upgraded their infrastructure wide open to attacks. And the second is a much more positive change. It's an explosion of algorithmic power that will let us do things with computers that are impossible today and that hold the promise to reshape our world. And then some of the applications of quantum computing are artificial intelligence and machine learning, drug design and development, financial modeling, logistics optimization, weather forecasting, and better batteries. And two of the applications on this list that kind of stuck out to business were financial modeling. And in terms of financial modeling, just with the application of quantum technology to perform the massive and complex financial calculations, companies can not only improve the quality of solutions for clients, but also reduce the time to develop them. And in terms of logistics optimization, the improved data analytics and robust modeling from quantum computing will enable a wide range of industries to optimize their logistics and scheduling workflows associated with their supply chain management.
Okay, this is the main idea why I raised this technology in this topic. Okay, quantum computing. This is really important topic because computational capability, computational capability. Okay, so quantum physics is a big topic. I'm not going to talk about the basics, okay, fundamentals of quantum physics. Okay, but quantum physics contribute to or increase computational capability of computers. It is okay, huge change, huge change. Okay, it is related to other topics too. So I'm going to talk about a little bit, but quantum physics basically you need to understand quantum physics contribute computational capabilities. Okay, that is the main point. Okay, great, John. Okay, please go ahead.
So the future of quantum computing is also very bright. Even though it's not available to everyone yet, it's not too soon for managers to get prepared. They should focus on two key activities, which is vigilance and visioning. Vigilance means keeping an eye on how quickly progress is being made toward key technology milestones. And visioning is coming up with plans or scenarios for how quantum computing will affect your company, and it goes hand in hand with vigilance. Um, as managers learn more about quantum computing, they should be asking these questions. This kind of helps them keep a check on how much progress they're making, and if they follow these questions and use vigilance and visioning, it can help them develop more leadership skills and really understand quantum computing.
Okay.
And another application that we did with quantum physics was in leadership. And in 2016, a book came out by a physicist named Dona Zora, who went through and compared quantum physics to how you can apply it in leadership. And she came up with the concept of whole brain thinking, which differs greatly from Newtonian physics, which is more linear and extrinsic. So she focused on three main topics, which was cognitive intelligence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence. And she gave various different points as to why this is important for quantum leaders. So in terms of cognitive intelligence, which is IQ, she stated that quantum leaders who possess serial thinking, they are able to resolve things in a clear and logical way while avoiding the promotion of ambiguity, which is very important because, as we stated, it's a huge change. So quantum leaders must be able to expect and combat chaos. And in terms of emotional intelligence, Zora stated that emotional intelligence allows quantum leaders to identify, assess, and manage the emotion of others so they can build empathy and more authentic relationships with their employees, which gives them a very strong competitive advantage over other leaders who do not possess this ability. And then in terms of spiritual intelligence, she stated that quantum leaders are much more self-aware and they understand their own motivations, and they tend to be more intrinsically motivated because they believe that human dynamics are entwined, which allows them to work more towards a shared purpose.
Another application of quantum physics into the business arena is that of entrepreneurship. Obviously, discoveries related to quantum physics can be leveraged to launch new ventures or further innovations and technological discoveries. But when you look at a couple of key ideas in quantum physics, they translate really well to a couple of key components of entrepreneurship that ring true from company to company. And so those three main ones that I chose to highlight today are the idea of particle wave duality, which, as Michaela mentioned earlier, is this idea that particles can exist in two forms at the same time, which, as leaders of a business, tells us employees can be like particles, meaning that they could be incredibly talented, but they could really struggle to align those talents with the company, meaning that they're acting in a different direction than that which the company had planned to go, which could obviously lead to problems as a business leader. Two, the observer principle, meaning that observing something changes it just because now you know that you can observe it in that form. And as a leader, it tells us that if we step into a situation and observe a person working or a process and how it works, if we're responsible for that as a leader, it's going to change its performance in that moment. So, for example, if a supervisor is observing an employee and their daily activities, that employee's performance is probably going to be significantly better because that supervisor is present. And so as a leader, we need to be aware of those performance increases because of our presence so that we can know, okay, this is what's happening when we're here versus this is what's happening when no one's watching. And finally, this idea of perception being reality. And this was one of my favorite ones. And it basically is the idea that our reality is defined by the way our biology engages with the world, meaning that something like an insect or an amphibian or a cat, for all things, their perception of the world is going to be very different than the human's perception. But nonetheless, both perceptions are still reality for that organism. And so as a business leader, we need to understand that everyone's reality is different. And so as a business owner, we're going to have one perspective on a situation, an employee is going to have a different perspective, and one of our clients is going to have an entirely different perspective. And so it's important to be able to balance all those perspectives when we're making decisions.
Okay.
So a real world example that we looked at was Google and their quantum artificial intelligence department. They actually built a brand new campus in Santa Barbara, California, with a quantum data center, fabrication facility, research lab, and workspace. So obviously they believe that quantum is the future in computing, and their main focus is on creating more advanced AI. On the software side, they have an open source framework they named Circ, which is designed for anyone and everyone to test and share quantum algorithms. And Circ is able to simulate a quantum processor and it can basically tell you if a quantum computer could solve the problem and how quickly it could solve the problem. So it's like one step in getting to a full functioning quantum computer. On the hardware side, their mission is to create a scalable quantum computers to mass produce them and sell them obviously to anyone. And so their ultimate goal is to build an error-corrected quantum computer, which basically means it's self-aware of what's going on and it can fix problems that traditional computers would otherwise find impossible. And they're making good progress, but they believe they're still about a decade away.
So these were some of the sources we used. But yeah, that was the end of our presentation.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Any question, comments? All right, quantum physics is a big topic. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the details of quantum physics because it is beyond this but I studied by myself, the quantum physics, question solvings or whatever. Okay, right, but the fundamental of quantum physics is very simple. Okay, your computer, digital, okay, 0 or 1, right? 0 or 1, okay. All message sent 0 or 1, but in the quantum physics, 0 or 1 is not definite, okay, not deterministic, okay. It can be 0, it can be 1. We don't know, okay. And sometime in the future, it is determined, and then it is computing something, okay. These characteristics, okay, gives higher computational capability. Okay, that means, okay, the existing computing system can be replaced by these high computational capabilities. Okay, there are a lot of technical issues, but so it's not, right now, the existing computers are replaced, but there's a possibility. Okay, also some drastic innovation, drastic change can be happening in the computer industry. That's why we focus. That's why we are interested in the quantum physics. Okay, actually, quantum physics is involved with other technologies we will talk about. Great, thank you so much. Okay, so any question, comment about Team 3 presentation? All right, you can evaluate Team 3 and other teams' presentations. Please go ahead on Canvas. Okay, under the quiz. Okay, under the quiz. Now, presentation 1. The survey, presentation 1 is available. Okay, presentation 1 available. And then in the presentation 1, you can see evaluate team 1 here, evaluate team 2 here. There are 6 questions. Okay. So evaluate team 1 here, evaluate team 2 here. Question 3 is evaluate team 3 here, something like that, and so on. Okay. So please go ahead. Question 3, evaluate team 3 here because team 3 presented. And then the 1 through 5, the lowest score is 1 and 5 is the highest. Okay, so you can evaluate team 3 presentations. Okay, so evaluate your teams too, every teams. Okay, clear? Handle it, okay? Okay, so you can evaluate other teams' presentations on Canvas. Okay. Right then, who is next? Team 5. Who is gonna be a presenter? All right, so the audience. Henry, now you are the presenter, so you can share your PowerPoint.
Okay, can y'all see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Batteries.
Okay, so Team 5 is presenting on batteries, and that's Aiden, Courtney, Hanley, Jackson, Michael, and Patrick. So first we're going to cover the background and history of batteries. So the first major discovery behind the principle of batteries was all the way back in 1780 when a biologist basically touched two different types of metal together, and it ended up shocking a dead frog, so much so that he thought it came back to life, but it didn't. It just shocked the frog, and the frog moved. And then it wasn't until 20 years later that the first ever actual battery was invented by Alessandro Volta, which this is where the measurement volts comes from, is from Alessandro Volta. And then in 1888, the first dry battery was invented, which is very much like what we see today. So up until then, these batteries used to be wet, so they would have like actual water and wires coming out of them, so it was pretty dangerous. And over the next 100 years, modern day batteries would really develop from this concept of a dry battery.
Basically, every element can be a battery. Okay, two different metals. If electricity just flows, okay, any metals, any elements can be a battery. Okay.
There are three main popular types of batteries that we found. The first type is single-use batteries, and those are like lithium single-use, which are found in kids' toys, alkaline, which are like in remotes, and coin batteries, which are used in watches. The other type is rechargeable batteries, which are like nickel metal hydride, which is found in cell phones, lithium ion, which is in power tools, nickel cadmium, which are in like 2A radios, and small sealed lead acid, which are found in mobility scooters.
The third type is automotive batteries, and there are medium and large scale lithium ion found in electric and hybrid cars, lead acid found in regular automobiles and boats, and then a new lithium iron phosphate, which is a new Tesla car that was announced in 2021.
Overall, in 2020, the battery industry was valued at over $100 billion, and this is expected to continue to grow through 2027 with a 14.1% on the compound annual growth rate. And then this graph over on the right here is just within the US market, and you can see how the market is continued to grow even within the US as well. And this provides business people and entrepreneurs a great opportunity as this market is continuing to grow. Most batteries are made with limited resources, so the development of new technologies is really important. And alone, just last year, the Department of Energy granted over $100 million to research different types of batteries that could be created.
Okay.
Yeah, and so while there is, a really great thing around batteries, they also do have some pretty strong environmental impacts. A lot of them, as kind of mentioned, contain lithium, lead, mercury. These can be really dangerous to the environment if not recycled properly. Thankfully, here in the United States, we do have a lot of great methods to recycle. So a lot of electric cars and stuff like that generally don't have too big of an impact as we're able to recycle those. But in a lot of newer developing countries, they don't necessarily have those recycling techniques yet. And so a lot of them, especially over in like Asia and countries over there, a lot of their batteries often tend to leak as they go into landfills, causing really bad pollution in water and just in the environment overall. Good news is that green battery technology does kind of exist. Obviously, as we're trying to move away from less harmful materials in creating batteries, and so there is a lot of entrepreneur availability there for people to be able to develop kind of newer ways to make batteries. But we do have some green battery technologies. Some of this includes more like on a larger scale for cities, especially out in kind of like California. They have some like hydroelectricity ways of doing this. And so essentially, when they have an excess of energy, they'll pull water up into a like man-made lake, and it will sit there, and then when they're ready to use it, they can let it flow down using gravity to kind of generate turbines, which is a really great way essentially of using natural resources to be able to generate energy without having to kind of use any harmful resources.
And the actual extraction of lithium can be very harmful to the environment. The chemicals used to extract the lithium from rock harms the soil, the air, and the water around these plants. And environmental organizational group during one of their studies found dead fish affected by a plant 150 miles downstream. So the pollution kind of carried through the water all the way down there. And also mining for cobalt and nickel is very harmful, which is used in these rechargeable batteries. And so there's kind of a trade-off of wanting to use electric cars, that are safer for the environment, but the extraction of these metals that are used in those harm the environment themselves.
All right, so that is all we had for our presentation. Dr. Kang, I'll be happy to email you our presentation if you need access to the sources, but they're all hyperlinked. So if you guys had any questions.
All right, any question, comments? Okay, great. Again, battery can be anything. Okay, any elements can be battery as long as electricity is supplied. Okay, so team 6 was talking about environmental impact. Okay, then there are a lot of new types of battery are developing. Okay, think about that. We talked about quantum physics. We talked about batteries. Okay, both common things. What? Replacement. Right? Quantum physics is replacing existing computers. Okay, battery replacing what? Power. Okay, power. Okay? So replacement, the development of technology, change. Managers should know it, proactively respond it. Okay, so that's what we are talking about with the technology this time. Okay, great. Any other question, comment about battery? Okay, then who is the next? Team 6.
Yes, sir. Team 6. And I'll be presenting.
Okay, Brooke, you are the presenter. Okay. So team 6 is gonna talk about Internet of Things. Okay, please evaluate all the team's presentations on the canvas. Okay, on the canvas.
Are we able to see the PowerPoint?
Yes, I see it.
Well, sweet. Well, Team 6, we did ours on Internet of Things. It was done by me, Andrew, Elizabeth, Maisie, Emily, Kate, and Brianna. And basically, we're going to dive into what the Internet of Things is, what makes it up, and where the future is headed.
So first, we're going to talk about what IoT is. So like Brock said, it stands for the Internet of Things. And it's the network of physical objects or things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. And a thing under the Internet of Things can be anything from like a person with a heart monitor to a car with sensors that can tell the driver when the tire pressure is low. So, in other words, it's just a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals, or people that are provided with unique identifiers and have the ability to transfer data. And it allows the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. So a super broad area of things can go under IoT. And something that's interesting is there's more than 10 billion connected IoT devices today, and experts expect this number to grow to more than 27 billion by 2025. And now we're going to talk about some devices under IoT.
Brock, do you want to switch the slide?
Is it not showing up on your screen? Is it there now? Y'all can see that.
So now we're gonna, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the devices that make up the Internet of Things. Internet of Things devices are any computing devices that can connect to a network and send and receive data. So in the context of the Internet of Things, what comes to your mind first would maybe be your laptop or your phone, but that's not really what we're going to be talking about here. We're going to be talking about more unique devices. Internet of Things has expanded connectivity to devices like smart TVs, speakers, appliances, even smart homes. Pretty much any device you can think of can be connected to the Internet of Things, and that's why there's going to be such growth in this area in the future. And one of the most important applications of the Internet of Things is how it goes beyond personal devices and into business and industrial applications. So if you run a factory that's in China or Singapore or Japan, you can connect those machines to the internet using the Internet of Things, and you can view what's going on with those machines in the United States or wherever you are. So that gives businesses a huge advantage, and this area is only going to continue to expand to more and more devices.
Right? Connectivity is the main point of Internet of Things. Okay, connectivity is a great point. Yeah.
Y'all can see the next slide, correct?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, sweet.
So some of the benefits of the Internet of Things to businesses are that they can reduce costs by automating labor. They can increase the ability to make successful data-driven decisions. They can improve understanding of consumer behavior. They can create new revenue streams. They can utilize resources more effectively, and they can improve working conditions and work safety. So kind of like what Andrew was talking about, if like you work in a factory, you could use the Internet of Things to kind of implement all of these benefits.
Okay.
So some potential trends that we might see with the Internet of Things are the increased adoption of 5G networks across major wireless carriers and resulting advances in IoT devices. We'll also see improvements in smart cars and better road safety. We'll see smart cities on the rise with government adoption of IoT, increased business adoption of IoT, and advances in artificial intelligence for advanced insights. Machine learning has the power to more efficiently analyze data that would otherwise be kind of impractical to process. So as a result, companies of all sizes will have the ability to maximize the value of the data that their IoT solutions are generating. And in the last few years alone, we've seen dramatic changes in the capabilities of IoT. And it's pretty exciting to think about what the future of IoT will look like 5 or even 10 years down the road. And we think that the future of IoT has the potential to be limitless.
Okay.
And that is it. Are there any questions?
All right. Any question, comment about IoT? Right. The main point of IoT is very simple: connectivity. Connectivity. So previous two topics was talking about replacement. Okay, replace. And this topic is connectivity. Connectivity. If something is not connected, it will be replaced too. Okay. So basically, replacement, connectivity are same things. You can think about this. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so much. All right. The next team is Team 4. Team 4. Who is gonna be the presenter? Team 4.
I can.
Okay, Merv. This team is gonna talk about artificial intelligence. Okay? Merv. Merv, you are the presenter.
Hey, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so our group's going to talk about artificial intelligence, kind of talk about what it is, the future of it, and kind of some examples of artificial intelligence.
Also, we to maintain engagement, we have come up with a fun game to include a picture of Murph in every slide. So if you want to take part in the scavenger hunt, please do. We think it'll be fun. Okay, so artificial intelligence and what it is. So AI obviously stands for artificial intelligence, and it's basically, to sum it up, it's like programming technology to handle problems and situations like a human would. And so there's a couple different types of learning when going over AI. So there's machine learning, which adapts without following explicit instructions. And there's also deep learning, which imitates human behaviors and knowledge. Kind of another way to describe this is through weak AI and strong AI. So weak AI just focuses on one task at a time, whereas strong AI can focus on multiple tasks. And it's kind of only exists, it mainly only exists in fiction, kind of like Jarvis in the Marvel movies and stuff. We haven't actually found a way to create AI to be able to handle a bunch of different tasks. But overall, AI is kind of considered as the future of the world. And machine and deep learning have both improved the quality of a lot of AI systems. And in general, AI plays a role in everyday life that normally could go unnoticed. This could be obviously seen in smartphones, but also in cars and video games, social media, and even banking and surveillance as well.
What is AI used for? AI is used in various ways to make tasks easier and media more interesting. It allows technical systems to analyze their environment and develop a response for the data they interpret, such as responses and actions towards a goal. And AI are capable of changing behavior by learning from previous actions. AI allows for new data and algorithms, leading to major technological breakthroughs. And here are some everyday examples. So voice recognition like Siri and Alexa, and machine learning helps this AI learn your preferences and determine the best way to help you. And you're using AI to help answer your questions that you ask it. And another one is self-driving cars like Tesla, and it uses visual recognition and machine learning in vehicles to help them react to traffic patterns and road changes. And they also use facial recognition and biometric systems to recognize people and keep them safe. And another one is chatbots. An example would be ChatGPT and customer service AI. And they will use machine learning to adapt to responses and questions as they search for adequate answers.
Okay, fundamental point of AI is learning. Learning. Please go back to the previous slide, please. Okay, voice recognition, self-driving cars, chatbots. Free IT actually can do that, but the fundamental difference from the AI is voice recognition. AI learns it, okay, study it, okay? Then they improve it. Self-driving cars, they learn it, okay? Then they study it, okay? They improve it. Chatbots too, okay? So AI is quite different from other IT technology. Okay, so Internet of Things focus on connectivity, right? But AI focus on learning. Okay, so data is critical to learn because AI eats a lot of data to learn. Okay, that's why we talked about big data. Big data actually feed AI. Okay, so you can understand this way. AI is all about learning. Then you can effectively understand why we care of AI. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so a few other everyday examples of AI are the first one is healthcare technology. So AI is used to help assist in diagnosis, developing medicine, monitoring patients, and machine learning is used to gain more knowledge about the patient and how to react. So kind of like Dr. King said before, it gathers the data from the healthcare places and then it uses that big data to learn and become more accurate. So the next few examples are streaming services and social media. So you think immediately like Netflix. So the recommended page for you on Netflix of what it thinks you would want to watch is probably going to be more accurate than if a human tried to guess. So that is an example of AI. And then also similarly, social media, TikTok, the more you scroll through, the more accurate TikTok actually gets at determining what they think you would want to watch, and that's all AI as well.
Okay.
And then talking a little bit about the future of AI, more recently, it's led to job displacement and job replacement. So then more and more our world of technology grows, the more people are losing jobs to technology in forms of AI. And now it's kind of in the millions. And in the next few years, it's projected to go up. But basically, AI is learning quicker than humans do. And it actually becomes more efficient. And there's less human error with the use of AI than with the use of employees. So, for example, Amazon in the warehouses, it's always busy with people and they also have included robots now, but in the next few years that's projected to change with implementations of more and more AI and robots.
Okay.
Mic working?
It's not. That's so embarrassing. Oh, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, so just to continue, the final goal of AI and artificial intelligence is to have a machine, to have a machine that can act more like a human, and to be more intelligent. As it says, it is one of the most ambitious things that's ever been proposed by science. So again, just to like, as it says, to compare it to other things like explain the origin of life or the universe, which I would say is pretty ambitious. So AI is right up there with it. And again, like according to research from MIT, it'll never 100% be unbiased because we are trying to get it to be on the same level as human life. Yeah, do y'all have any questions? That is the end of our presentation.
All right, any question, comment? AI. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. The next team is Team 1. Okay, Team 1 is going to talk about biotechnology. Okay. Paul, are you the presenter? Okay. So think about that. We are talking about some different topics. Okay. AI, quantum physics, Internet of Things, okay, whatever. But think about these technologies, okay, where they are. They are connected. They are disconnected. They are connected again. Then go in some point. If you understand this map, you surprisingly recognize, wow, this is a big change in the world. You recognize this. I wanna you have this aha moment in this presentation. Think about that. You know, the the the, the points of these technologies. All right. Okay, biotechnology.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Great.
All right, we are doing the biotech drug development. We are Tinsley, Charlie, Ramiro, myself, me, and Darius.
All right, so what is biotech? Biotechnology is defined as the manipulation of living organisms, such as living cells and bacteria, or their components, to produce useful, usually commercial products, such as new kinds of medicine. Biotech firms leverage deep knowledge of biology and life science, then combine it with technology to make functional, useful medicines.
So, obviously, it's not a simple process. It takes teams to develop biological drugs. And so there is a business aspect and a science aspect. And so it starts with business development. It starts with a team of people, some with business experience and some with, and those with those are the market knowledge, but then also with the science knowledge to know that this is something that can be created, and moves into R&D. And then there's the analytical development and the manufacturing, and it goes through all these different processes. And eventually this new drug is developed, and then it has to go through manufacturing, quality, and all these different things. And so it's the saying is that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it's true also of biotech drug development. It's like it takes a village. It takes many teams and different functional groups of people to be able to produce these drugs and be able to make revenue from them, to be able to make something that is useful for people and to produce and to help save lives. But they developed this market, requires many functional areas, work collaboratively. Shows an example of the integral groups in the biotech company produce that builds a product from concept in the mind that's faint at the beginning to a scientifically bold-colored, life-saving medication that passes all regulatory checkpoints.
So biotechnology drugs help the pharmaceutical industry to develop new products, new processes, methods, and services, and to improve existing ones. Biotechnology drugs do differ from pharmaceutical drugs in that they use biotechnology as a means for manufacturing, which involves the manipulation of microorganisms such as bacteria or biological substances like enzymes to perform specific services or processes. These drugs can treat specific diseases and conditions, ranging from arthritis and cancer. And then, as you can see here, these are a couple of example ones, Humira being the most popular one.
Okay, this is the main point we need to talk about, the difference between biotechnology and pharmaceutical technology. Okay? Biotechnology is all about protein, okay? Protein, biological substances, okay? Like enzymes, all of these are protein. Okay? Why is it important, biotechnology? Because we know something about proteins. We can use some information. Okay. Simply speaking, I'm not going to talk about fundamental technology of biotechnology, but simply speaking, okay, in the pharmaceutical technology, we don't know. We synthesize some elements by randomly. Okay? Then if we find something is good, that was a mechanism. That was a mechanism we used in the pharmaceutical technology. But in the biotechnology, we can use biotechnology. We can use some tips. We already know some orders between proteins. Okay, genome projects. Then we use this information to make a drug. That means we shorten. Okay, we save a lot of time, we save a lot of cost to produce a drug with biotechnology. That's why we focus on biotechnology these days. Many biotechnology pharmaceutical companies are focused on biotechnology. Okay? Think about that. What? Biotechnology. We use what? Again, information. So it is very similar with information technology. So biotechnology, this technology becomes something like information technology, right? Very close to it, right? It saves a lot of time, a lot of cost, and also it gives productive positions. That's why we we do we do biotechnology. Okay, all right. Please go ahead. Turn on your microphone.
Yeah, so there are several advantages to biotechnology within human health, as well as what Dr. Kang mentioned. But a lot of these include reducing rates of infectious diseases that help save millions of children's and adult lives, changing the odds of serious and life-threatening conditions that affect people all over the world, more increasingly so, and then tailoring treatments to individuals to help minimize these risks and side effects, also to create more precise tools um, for these disease detections and combating these serious illnesses and everyday threats. So a lot of these advantages are in cancer studies and in tissue nanotransfection and DNA technology, genetic testing, HPV vaccines, and a lot of your stem cell researches as well.
Okay.
Biotechnology helps the pharmaceutical industry to develop new products and new medicines. About 50% of drug revenues come from biopharmaceuticals, and more than 25% of all substances in preclinical testing rely on biotechnology. And biotechnology is most important for treatment of cancer, metabolic disorders, and infectious diseases.
So, biotechnology drugs are drawing increasingly more public attention, and revenues are reaching nearly $72 billion. And that's because these drugs differ from regular pharmaceutical drugs. They use means for manufacturing which involve the manipulation of microorganisms that target specific diseases and conditions, like ranging from arthritis to cancer.
So Humira was the best-selling biotech drug in 2014. It's a prescription medicine known as a TNF alpha blocker. The drug revenue for Humira alone was 12.5 billion, and total revenue was 20 billion. It is used to treat things like rheumatoid arthritis and plays an important role in dealing with inflammation, back pain, and stiffness associated with these type of illnesses.
So AI and biotech drug development. Many diseases today really don't have a cure, and that's why biotechnology in this field is so important. There we go. That's why biotechnology is so important in this field, because it helps you to find and develop these effective medicines
And honestly, it takes a couple of years, and it's a very expensive and long process because, but it actually doesn't have to be with more technology being poured into it and more resources and finances. Experts actually say that AI, if properly integrated, by science research could revolutionize this drug discovery, making it possible for more and more patients to get treatment at an affordable level.
All right, great. Okay, this is good one. Is that it?
There's supposed to be one more slide. I think Paul's mic stopped working for some reason. So
Okay. So actually, we talked about this one. So, any question, comment?
Wait, so sorry, sir. I can do the last slide. My mic turned off for some reason.
Okay, please go
I'll
ahead.
hop back to the presentation real quick. So thank you, Tinsley, for covering that last slide on AI. Can you still? We can hear me now, correct? Maybe not.
You're good. We can hear you.
I am
You're
good.
good,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah. So the AI, right? Wonderful job. But it's the future, right? The AI team was talking about it. I cannot tell you how many articles were on specifically AI in the future of biotech. And so what they were saying is that if these companies don't properly integrate it, they're going to get left behind, because especially with the recent innovations in AI, just in the last few months, like it's incredible what AI can already do. And like we heard that team present on that, but specifically in drug development, they're saying that this is the future, and that if companies don't get into AI, specifically in this drug development, they're going to get left behind, and this is the future, because it can just do the like that randomizing work that you were talking about just so much quicker than humans can. But lastly, the one thing that I want to talk about is competitive advantage in drug development. And so Amgen, which is I have no clue if I'm saying that correctly, but it is one of the top drug developers in the States. And so this is a quote from one of their people. But we see operations as a competitive advantage for Amgen to retain that advantage and advance our capabilities. We focus on reliability, efficiency, agility, and differentiation. A reliable supply, getting medicines to patients in an ever more complex world has been a long strength for Amgen. That was the differentiator in the early days of biotech. Today it's just the entry ticket. And so we see that they see operations. And so that flow chart that I was talking about at the beginning, streamlining that's how they create their competitive advantage to continue to produce drugs in today's market. That is our presentation. Thank you for your time.
All right, great. Okay, many good points. Okay, I love your presentations. Okay, all right, great. You are doing great. Okay, any question, comment about biotechnology? We're gonna have a chance to talk about this again. All right, the next team, the last one is team 2, cryptocurrency. Team 2, who is gonna be the presenter?
I'll be
Courtney. Okay, Courtney, you are the presenter. Cryptocurrency.
Alright, can y'all see that?
Probably, Courtney, you have some problem with your mics. Yeah, somebody else can start your presentation. Courtney has some microphone issues, I guess.
I can start us off. We just did our
Okay.
project on cryptocurrency, and those are our team members there. You can move on to the next slide, Courtney.
this might be Courtney's slide, but I can take it over. So cryptocurrency is a digital currency that works through a computer network and doesn't depend on any central authority. That kind of is what makes it unique. It doesn't depend on any government or central bank to run it. So that kind of makes it decentralized. There's no third party involved in cryptocurrency. It's kind of run by the blockchain, which we'll get into a little bit later. Anyone can use cryptocurrency. You just have to have an account on a specific trading website or a wallet where you can buy cryptocurrencies. And it was first introduced in 2009 when Bitcoin was created, which was the first cryptocurrency. And today there are more than 9,000 forms of cryptocurrency. It's kind of blown up a lot in recent years. And in June of 2021, El Salvador was the first country to make Bitcoin a legal form of currency. And in September of 2021, China made all cryptocurrency transactions illegal. So that's a little bit of the recent history of cryptocurrencies.
Alrighty, so how do cryptocurrencies work? Well, cryptocurrencies run on a distributed public ledger called a blockchain, which is a record of all transactions updated and held by currency holders. So these units of cryptocurrency are created through a process called mining, which involves using computer power to solve complicated mathematical problems that generate coins. Users can also buy the currencies from brokers, then store and spend them using cryptographic wallets. So if you own cryptocurrency, you don't actually own anything tangible. What that means is that what you own is a key that allows you to move a record or a unit of measure from one person to another without a trusted third party. There are actually thousands of cryptocurrencies. Some of the best known include Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency and is still the most commonly traded. And then you have Ethereum. Ethereum is a blockchain platform which is its own cryptocurrency called Ether or Ethereum. It's the most popular cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. And moving on, then you have Litecoin, which is the most similar to Bitcoin, but has moved more quickly to develop new innovations, including faster payments and processes to allow more transactions. And then lastly, you have Ripple, which is a distributed ledger system that can be used to track different kinds of transactions, not just cryptocurrency. So since the cryptocurrencies and applications of blockchain technology are still emerging in financial terms and more uses are expected in the future, transactions including bonds, stocks, and other financial assets could eventually be traded using the technology.
Okay, at this point, we need to little bit talk about blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is a very simple technology. Okay, think about that very college, a server, central server, and some monitors. All right, it's connected with a central server, but blockchain technology is different. Blockchain technology it doesn't have the server, central server. All the information, something like logs or whatever, all the information is saved, all the terminals, okay, all the terminals. Okay? That means nobody can manipulate simply the information in the server because there is no server. You got it? So all the information is saved, all the terminals. Okay, Michael, you got it? The difference between the traditional computing system and blockchain technology. Okay, all right. Then think about that. If you save all the information in the old terminals, all the computers, what happens? A lot of computational capabilities, computing resources, right? Usually in the traditional system, you save information in the server only, but you have to save all the information, all the terminals, all the computers. Then you need to have a a lot of computing resources. Then what? You need to use other computing resources from other computers. If somebody contribute to give this computing resource, okay, this computing resource, okay, it is cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is basically the certificate. Okay, you contribute to provide this computing resource. This is a Bitcoin, okay? Cryptocurrency. Now you need to understand the connections between cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Then probably you will better understand, okay, what's going on in this side. Okay, please go ahead.
So I had the properties of cryptocurrency. So the first one to know is that it's irreversible. So no matter who or where the currency is sent, the transaction cannot be reversed. Anonymity is the second one. So all transactions made with the cryptocurrency are actually anonymous because of pseudonyms. So basically, any transaction is not linked to an actual identity of a person. The third is that it's very secure. So the cryptocurrencies are guarded by cryptography, which is a very secure security system. And sophisticated encryption results in others being unable to view deposits or transactions without having a specific key. There's also a controlled supply of cryptocurrency, which means that the platforms can control the amount that is actually available, and that makes it very limited. So actually, at any given time, the amount of tokens that are in circulation of cryptocurrency can be calculated. And two others to note is that cryptocurrency is permissionless, so anyone can download the software and use it. And it is also instantaneous. So, kind of relating to the irreversibility, all transactions occur immediately and they cannot be reversed.
So some of the common cryptocurrencies, we've kind of mentioned these a little bit, but I was going to give a little more background on them. So Bitcoin was the first ever cryptocurrency, like we mentioned earlier. It launched in 2009 for less than 1 penny. There's the unique and nice quality about Bitcoin is that there's a cap or a limit at 21 million Bitcoin. So there's not allowed to be any more than 21 million. And that kind of helps keep the price a little more stable. At least that's the hope in the long term. So Bitcoin peaked in November 2021 at $68,789 per Bitcoin. And today it's trading at around $22,978. So you can see there's just a big discrepancy there, and that's kind of one of the things that people have struggled with cryptocurrencies is the volatility of their price. And then Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. It's extremely secure, which makes it unique from, or just a little bit different from Bitcoin, is the amount of security in the blockchain for Ethereum. Its highest price was at 4,815 in November of 2021, and it launched in 2015 at 31 cents, and it is sitting at $1,644 as of today. And then Dogecoin, which is kind of a popular, like pop culture kind of cryptocurrency, was initially created as a joke in 2015 for less than 1 cent. And it has an unlimited supply, and its highest price was 68 cents in May of 2021, and it's trading about 9 cents as of today.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about crypto mining, and crypto mining is the process of verifying transactions on a blockchain network and being rewarded with new coins. And a pretty important part to crypto mining is this idea of the fundamental proof of work, which is the concept that the longest chain rules essentially, and it allows for miners to mine for rewards and adding to the chain so that it could manage the consensus among different parties without the need for trust. And because it's a pretty simple process for implementation, a lot of cryptocurrencies have adopted this algorithm. And these proof of work networks like Bitcoin are designed to generate computational proof of the chronological order of transactions. And these transactions are verified, finalized, and bundled into blocks and added to the public ledger in order to keep transactions transparent and irreversible. It's pretty, I mean, there's not much to becoming a crypto miner. You just need a mining rig, electrical supply, and mining equipment, which is ventilation, energy monitoring, and electrical wiring. And there's two main types of crypto mining, which is solo and pooled. Solo is pretty self-explanatory, it's just by yourself, and then pooled is with a group. But according to a study from Bitcoin.org, the proportion of rewards was pretty similar between the two when you correlate them. And then there's a couple pros and cons. The pros is the proof of work, and there has been a huge surge of cryptocurrencies, and there also is a low stake for miners. It does use a lot of electricity, and it's not always profitable, and it is really costly to get into crypto mining.
Okay. All right, this is the mechanism what I talked about, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Okay, please go ahead.
So blockchain technology is basically just how people can safely transfer their cryptocurrency to one another. It's essentially just a decentralized collection of cryptocurrency transactions that are powered by computers. So anytime cryptocurrency is transferred among people, it's recorded in this blockchain technology. And since it is decentralized, cryptocurrency is able to operate and be exchanged without the influence of a government or any other third party. So this just ensures that transactions are very low risk and have no attached fees or taxes or anything since the government is not involved. There's a couple of pros and cons to this. Some of the pros are that it's very secure and it's almost impossible to hack or change any information in the blockchain technology. And it's also very high speed and low risk transactions. A couple cons are that it's extremely difficult and time consuming to change any errors in the blockchain system. So it's very rare that it happens, but if there is a issue with a transaction or something in the blockchain, it's extremely difficult to go back and change that. And then the lack of regulation in government allows for criminal transactions to take place through blockchain technology.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for our presentation.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any question? Comment? All right, great. You did a great job. Okay, great presentations. So we talked about 6 types of technology. Okay, it seems like these topics are disconnected. Okay, but actually, I want to think about deeply. Okay, all of these topics are interconnected. Right? Cryptocurrency, blockchain technology is about security. Why we need a security? Because connectivity. Right? If we are disconnected, we don't need to have a security. But we need to have connected. Right? That's why we need a security. AI. Why we need AI? We need to learn. Because from the data, we need to learn. Internet of Things, connections, quantum physics, what? To be more connected, we have better capability to compute. Everything is connected, something like that. We go to some points. Okay? I'm not gonna, it is impossible to talk about all of these fundamentals of technology in this time, but I want you to have this sense about technology. You did a great job. We gonna have one more chance to talk about some technology in the next chapter. Okay, so you did a great job. Your discussions and your presentations were great. Okay, then thank you so much. I'm gonna see you next time. Okay, Wednesday, right? Presentations. Okay, great. I'll see you on Wednesday.